So here's the houses again. We talked about quadrants. I didn't explain each house, so I figured we'd do that. So hold on one. So first quadrant, personal identity. The first house is the house of self. That's physical self, that's emotional self. This is what we embody. When we have transits in that house, usually things are happening to us. It's our self image, it's our ego, it is who we are. I don't agree with the whole mask analogy. This is who we are. That's why sun signs can be jealous of rising signs. Like they say that, like Leo, right? Leo suns want to be Leo rising. I don't really see that because once Leos evolve to their Leo status, like I think they like it in the sun sign. But I mean, it just proves the point though that this is not a mask. This is fully what they embody. Second house, your house of values, possessions, also known as money. You want to know how to make money? What's in here? What is the sign over this house? What's the ruler? This house is your money. Third house, how we communicate, what we think, our communities, things very close to us, like our siblings, our cousins, short trip, our neighborhood. In ancient astrology, known as the house of the goddess. Okay, this is your IC line. So we talked about ascendant, we've talked about midheaven. This is your IC. This is your darkest point. This is who we are behind closed doors. This is who we are when we don't worry about anything else. This is our dark spot. This is our dark night of soul. Fourth house, family, home, personal transformation, roots, ancestry. Fifth house, anything we create, it's creation, adventure, pleasure, art, babies. We can have lots of different babies, but we can have actual babies in the fifth house. Sixth house, every day. What do we do every day? The everyday routine. It's known in ancient times as the house of who you serve. Now, I haven't talked about this yet. You see how on the first house it says angular, then succeeded in cadent. So it's just like how it sounds. The angular houses, like first, fourth, seventh, 10th, those are big deal houses. Transits in those houses, planets in those houses carry a lot of weight. They are the first house after these important mathematical points. Our self, our home, our commitments, how we are remembered, how we shine, could be career, doesn't have to be. Succeedant houses are more like desires, hopes. We have values, we have creations, we have shared resources, we have organizations, groups, our chosen friends, our successes. Cadent houses get a bad rap. They were known as not as productive, but I love them. They are the houses of understanding. We have the third house of communication and thought. We have the house of everyday and routine. We have the house of expansion, whether it be of mind or spirit or actually physically moving. In ancient times, the house of God. And then we have the house of secrets and things hidden and shadow and spirit and all of that. Also known as the places of like contemplation, not fertile but necessary to grow. Okay, we left off at seventh houses. This is the house of the other, the commitment. Doesn't have to be marriage, but it is people that we surround ourselves with, people that we're attracted to, things that we give ourselves to. Now, in between, another point, the descendant point, is qualities we seek when literally the sun sets, like things that we want when we can't be ourselves, like what we want in other people that can take care of and nurture us. This is the sun setting. That's the sign over here that sets. This is when the sun, how, not the sun, but the zodiac wheel, where it's rising, setting. Career, honor, reputation, what you're known for, groups, organizations, friendships, special interest, government, spirituality, social media, house of our success and gains, in the 12th house, secrets, things hidden, shadow, spirit, dream world, portal to other plane. So it's a big deal to know where they like where your sun sign is. Is it in the 10th house like mine is? What do you think that means? It's very important. I am, working towards shining in the brightest spot in my career, well known. When we have eclipses, okay, let's go back to the nodes. Your nodes in your natal chart know how to feed your moon, but you need to understand that the nodes are where we have eclipses. So they are the agents of change, they are the agents of transformation. If you use them in your natal chart, they are your way to transformation and to feed that moon into soul fulfillment or whatever words you use. The transit ones are where we have our eclipses and where we have major transformation and change. We have eclipse seasons. So last year we were in the Aries and Libra North Node and South Node transit. Every transit's about 18 months. So if you were a Leo rising, you had eclipses in the ninth and third house. It's the houses of understanding. They're cadent houses. This isn't really a fertile one. It's not that difficult. But the year before, when they were in Taurus and Scorpio in 2021 to 2023 in my 4th and 10th house with all my personal planets, I almost died, but I broke the fuck open and changed and got to unmask, and that's what made me who I am on TikTok. Eclipses on the angulars way more intense. First house and 7th house, are we able to be the person that we want to be? Are the commitments and the people we surround ourselves with, do they support that? Does our night of shadow, what we keep behind closed doors, it doesn't have to all be exposed, but is it balanced with what we show in the light? Is one of this out of balance? It's not saying that you can't have secrets and everything has to be out in the light, but it has to be balanced. Like when I found out I was masking, you know what I mean? So that's what it cracked open. Eclipses mean a lot of different things to different people, but we can all agree that they bring immense change. They're like concentrated life. That's why I want to talk about the houses and what they mean and represent. Because once you understand it, it is really easy to read your own forecasts and understand what is coming and how to work with that energy.